We're finally starting to see NIO turn positive for the day today. It started off a little sketchy, but then it kind of quickly turned around, and now we're sitting about 3.5% up on the day, but it is only going on 11:30 here on the East Coast, so we still got plenty of time left for NIO to do whatever the hell it's going to do, because nobody knows. But we're going to talk about some news that came out with NIO yesterday and kind of just update you guys on everything that's going on with the company, and we may end up talking about CCIV as well, so stick around to the end of the video for that. But also hit that sub button. It's the best way to support the channel, and it keeps you guys up to date on all things stock market related news and NIO news. We're trying to hit 6,000 subs by the end of this month, and we're about halfway there, so we only need 500 of you guys to hit that sub button. So if you're watching this and aren't subbed yet, just hit it for us, please. Without further ado, man, let's give some razzle dazzle and hop into it. So NIO just came out and they said that their users have driven over 124 million miles with NIO Pilot, and they said that basically last year the company said that the users had driven 100 million miles, 100 million miles with NIO Pilot, and that took 614 days, and it only took them 203 days to go from 1 million to 2 million. Which obviously that's just because you're adding more cars to the road. You know, you have more people with the NIO, with NIO Pilot and the cars themselves. So that number is only going to increase and get better and better as they keep producing more cars and pushing them out to the road. So that's good news. They said NIO users have used NIO Pilot for about 2.82 million hours. That's a hell of a lot of time to be on NIO Pilot. They said that one of the longest users was going he went 1,200 miles or something with NIO Pilot or something crazy in one day. It was absolutely ridiculous.
That's insane.
And then they said there was some other random facts, like the slowest one, the slowest user reported was going 11 miles per hour. So just some random facts about their NIO Pilot. But they said that users used NIO Pilot for more than 4 million kilometers during the 7-day Chinese New Year alone. So that alone is still quite a bit of driving for those 7 days. But NIO Pilot has seen a 25% improvement in lane change success rate since they updated to the new NIO operating system 2.1. So they said that their success rate for lane changes has gone up, which is good. That just to me that sounds like it's just getting better, and the Pilot service itself is just getting better.
Yeah, and a 25% increase, that's a lot,
Right.
As they just gather more data and stuff, they'll be able to keep, improving upon it more and more as well.
Right. Exactly. And they also, I saw another article today that NIO put out they put out a new battery swap station, and now they're up to 310 swapping stations. They did say during the power day that we could see up to 50 or 60 more just within this given month. Or within the next 30 days or whatever. So expect that number to completely just keep increasing. I'm sure we're going to keep seeing more of those pop up each and every single day. And then they actually chose a winner. So for those that don't know, because we didn't really talk about this, but NIO was doing a package, like a surprise gift giveaway on their app, where 10 lucky winners, I believe it was 10 winners, got to choose where a battery swap station was going to be built, and they chose the first one. So I haven't read the article on it yet, but I want to read it. But the one guy, he's going to choose where he builds it. So if you were going to build a battery swap station, where are you putting it? Where are you putting it?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know. Right down my road.
I'm gonna put it right outside my house.
All right.
I'm just gonna stick it right there.
It's pretty awesome that they allow users to choose things like that. That just builds the brand up.
Right.
Makes the users feel good, and that just helps, I think, really build the brand, because they let users choose where NIO Day is gonna be. And then now they're doing this, so that's pretty cool that they let customers and just users have say in things.
Right, exactly.
You don't really see that in any other company.
Right, exactly. And I think that's just going to build brand loyalty, and it's just going to help make the company that much more attractive. But let's go ahead and look at the stock. We'll show you guys that it obviously has been down the last couple days. We've seen a lot of people coming out, and let me tell you this right now. It never seems to fail that all of the freaking haters come out of the woodwork when NIO is red. When NIO is down 3, 4, 5%, all of a sudden everyone's like, oh my God, I can't handle this anymore. The NIO's dog water, it's trash. But yet, where were you during the last month and a half when we were up 70%? Where were all the haters then?
It's nowhere to be found.
Exactly. It never ceases to amaze me. So let's go ahead and look at the stock, show you guys what it's doing, and yeah, let's talk about it. So we can see that again, like I said, we're up about 3.3%, just under 3.5% on the day. It did start off a little sketchy this morning. It started off a little rocky, kind of ran up and then pulled back, and that was a good chance to buy the dip if you guys are interested in buying more or possibly lowering more. Let us know in the comment section below if you guys bought more. We like to have these conversations with you guys. It's just interesting to know what people do. Whether you bought or sold. But it did have this massive bull run all the way up to $44.77, and now we're kind of just hanging around the $44.50, $44.50 mark. For the day. We'll see where it goes because it is only going on 11:30, so we still have plenty of time for this thing to change directions.
Yeah, today it keeps bouncing off like the 44.60 area. So, if we actually break past that,
right,
we could, just keep going, or we might just kind of trade sideways the rest of the day. We'll have to see. But there's definitely resistance around this 44.60 for today, at least.
Right. Yeah, I can agree to that. And it seems that a lot of the Chinese stocks have kind of done the reversal, at least for the EVs. Wish is up just about a 1.5%, but XPeng is up 3.5%. NIO's just under 3.5%. Lee's up 4.6%, but then Tesla is down here struggling. Only up just over 1/4%, and CCIV is down 2.5%. So it's kind of doing a reversal from what it's been doing. I don't know. I mean, even DD's up 1.2%. So I think it's just a big sell-off. People taking advantage of the selling off and, loading up the boat with more of these. And I mean, even AMC's up 10%, which that saw a massive decrease. But we'll talk about that in a future video or something like that. But staying on track with NIO. If we look at the RSI, we go to the year-to-date on the RSI. We're sitting about 47%. So like I said, the 50 is usually where you see it kind of do some kind of change in direction. Is this a change of direction? Nobody knows. I'm still giving it the $45 to $47 by the end of the week is where I'd love to see NIO sit. I do think we could potentially hit 45 45 by the end of this week. I mean, it's what, Thursday? Yeah. So we still have one more day of trading. I'm hoping tomorrow's at a green day. Send us into the weekend on a green day.
That'd be nice.
Continue to work off of that.
Yeah, that'd be a nice change of pace. But let's talk about the CCIV Lucid stuff that came out. So they said during the investor call that they had that Lucid is on track to scale its production to nearly 500,000 vehicles by the year 2030. So you've talked about this before. Obviously 2030 sounds like it's a long ways away. But it's we'll be here before we know it. And that they go from producing nothing to 500,000 in, let's say 7 or 8.5, 9 years. Like that's pretty darn good. Right. But they said that they have more than 10,000 reservations for the Lucid Air, which represents 900 million in anticipated sales, which we've talked about that before. 10,000 reservations is pretty awesome, especially when you haven't, delivered anything yet.
Exactly.
And also, they're going to be adding a SUV to the lineup. It's going to be called Gravity. And they're adding a dedicated assembly line for that model, which is supposed to come out in 2023. And they're going to use the funds from the merger to, help with their growth plans for Lucid. Just grow as a company. I know eventually they're going to open a factory in Saudi Arabia. But yeah, just keep on growing, and hopefully, they meet at least their expectations of like 577 or whatever this year. But then hopefully, next year they get into the tens of thousands. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Right. And I agree with all that. The thing with Lucid, I think what scared a lot of people yesterday, because we saw another red day from CCIV yesterday, and I think a lot of that is because this meeting was a little hyped up. People wanted more information, potentially bigger deliveries. They didn't really talk a whole lot in it. Yeah,
they didn't give like an actual date or, at least a month of when they could start delivering. They just
said Q2.
Right. Well, second half.
Second half, I'm sorry, because Q2 is obviously over.
That's pretty disappointing because I was kind of expecting them to at least, give something closer, some break it down a little bit, not just
Right.
like, oh, it could be, you know, who knows in the next
the second half of
you
this
know.
year, who knows? Yeah,
Right.
It's
So-
and they didn't say anything about the production numbers being changed at all. So as far as we know, it's still around the 500-600 production mark for this year. You would like to see that increase, but as far as CCIV, man, I don't know. There's been multiple reports of this thing being diluted, them offering new shares. You know, this thing could who knows where this is going to go, honestly. So just be weary with this one. It could go, you know, I think this is going to be another situation of buy the rumor, sell the news, where we're going to get closer to this merger date on the 22nd of July, and people are going to buy it up, and then the day before or the day of, it's just going to fall like a rock. People are going to sell out, and, you know, potentially because they did all share offer, and they were offering I don't know if it was all, I know I got some, but they were offering $10 a share. So that's kind of sketchy there. Some people are thinking like that's a little weary. So yeah.
So in the merger date's July 23rd, not
is it the 20? Okay, so July 23rd, my bad.
But yeah, if this, you know, runs up at all, obviously people are going to be selling off. So just be paying attention to that. But I think, you know, nothing's really going to happen with this stock until they start actually releasing cars. Besides the merger date, you know, it could run up a little bit, but it's not actually going to, you know, hold that probably until they start releasing cars. So
I can agree with that. Let's go ahead and look at the stock real quick before we wrap up the video, show you guys what we're looking at. So the thing with CCIV is that it's just been hanging around this $25 to $17 mark for quite some time, and then we finally broke past it, but then it narrowed itself down to like a 22 like support. So we're gonna see if it holds. It touched it a couple times. It got relatively close here the last couple days or the last couple weeks. We'll see if that holds in that range as well. But we can't seem to break past. Obviously, we got way up here towards 30. That's when I thought we were in new directions. I thought CCIV was just gonna start to finally go somewhere, and then it pulled itself back. Now we're back down here to $23. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm gonna just keep this in that $20 to $25 range. Seems to be like a solid, you know, support resistance range.
I think that's where we're gonna hang out for a while until they actually start, you know, producing stuff and actually, you know, coming out with things.
Right. Unless something drastic happens, but until then, I don't see a whole lot moving with this stock. But that's going to wrap up this video. We hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that sub button. It's the best way to support the channel. And again, we're trying to hit 6,000 subs by the end of this month. We're halfway through the month, and we're halfway through the sub count. So we just need 500 more of you guys to hit that sub button. So let's see if we can do it in this video. I don't know if we will be able to, but it'd be dope if we could. And we appreciate all the support you guys have given us so far. We got links down in the description if you guys are interested in any of that stuff. We talk about it in every video. But this is your first time here. We got one down there for the Weeble. We got one down there for the Stock Dudes merchandise, and we got one down there for the Patreon that gets you access to our Discord with well over 100 members, our portfolios, and the Discord portfolio where the members get to choose which stocks to talk about or which stocks went into that portfolio. So that's doing all right itself. So if you guys are interested in any of that, it's all down below. But thank you guys again for all your support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.